Walk away. And I want some. There will be always. Oh, that's awesome. Same number of musicians. I thought they was a company.
Oh, not my God, I suggested.
That's what I want, because they lost it.
What you gonna do?
Just so they have the hands or. Well. part of it.
So you probably should have found anything that speaks and not standing.
Yeah.
You know, we would walk forward.
Oh, is it?
Speak
Yeah.
out.
Wait, it's gonna take. No, that whole thing was very joyful.
Right, repeat that motion, that way, clear the report.
All right, good, how are you?
Good. Okay, it's 6 p.m. I think we're ready to go ahead and get started.
Is she supposed to? Who's supposed to do this? Oh, there she is. Nice job.
Okay, so, I guess roll call, all members present. Is quorum this evening. Any changes to the agenda before we get started? Or additions?
Yes,
The sealed.
the fiddlers.
Oh, the fiddler said yes, so we're gonna add, we'll add that down. We do it in the committee report area.
Yeah.
That work for everybody?
Do you think they want to get out of here early?
Or do you want to get here sooner than that, right?
I'm fine.
You fine, you sure? We can move you up too.
I've enjoyed many a meeting.
Okay, so, I think the first thing is we have a sealed bid that we have to open. Correct, Georgia?
Yes.
Okay. So we will go ahead and proceed with that. We did put out for 3 bids, we only received 1.
Can I explain?
Yeah, go for it.
So this is a CMC, the state has the annual or it's been biannual community crossing grants, which is road projects. And we're fortunate every year that we have submitted, we have been awarded money. And again, this year we've been awarded money. I worked with Ron in Georgia and determined what we wanted to do. This year, we're going to do a surface rejuvenating process on 600 North and Railroad Street from Prophetstown down to the end of the town. It's a product called Rejuvenate, and it's a petroleum maltine distillate that basically the pavement is dried out. And so we've got a lot more aggregate showing. And so this basically puts that petroleum binder back in there so that the road will continue to last us for quite a few more years before we have to do crack seal or other work. So,
Okay.
So that's that. And then we're going to do a Cape Seal, which is this process that we did here on College, Women's College and West. And that's in the Railroad Street up north. That will be done on Jefferson and on Prophets Rock from the bridge up to Railroad Street. And try to hold those 2 roads, I think it's gonna be the best possible treatment. So that's what we're doing.
Fine.
Thanks, Freddie.
Thank you. So
Sometime in the summer.
yes, it's my first time doing this. What all do we have to cover? Just what the bid is?
Just the name,
The name,
where they're located.
Yep,
Yeah.
so this is from Pavement Solutions Incorporated. They're located on 1308 Locust Street, Middletown, Indiana. And the total base bid was for $168,892.35.
Are there any parts to it, or is it all just one?
Does that include inclusive of the Rejuve Tech?
This is mobilization, demobilization, asphalt rejuvenator, Cape Seal, looks like all the stripping of all lines and then
So much.
Yeah. Yeah, I spoke with Chris this afternoon. Rejuve Tech is going to work under him as a subcontractor, which is. This was done as one application, and typically if. If we wanted them to separately bid this, we would have had to do two applications separate.
Okay, makes sense.
So they're basically under the same application.
And so there's no alternates, it's just one,
Just
one bid?
Yeah, we requested for 3, we only received 1.
Okay, but as far as what's contained in that one bid, it's just got one
It's,
bid, base bid, no alternate 1, 2, and 3 or anything like
Right,
that.
just one base bid.
Because otherwise you should always read all the bids, and I think you just did.
Right.
So you have the option of,
this one's got each one of the projects listed.
all,
So it breaks out the project by
Right, all
line,
down.
but
but the same.
it all totals
bid.
up to $168,000
Perfect.
total.
Yeah, and you have the option to take it under advisement and have it reviewed to make sure it's covering things the way you want it. Or you can, if you feel comfortable, can pass it tonight. You can pass it now. You could hand it to Ron and have him look at it, or however you want to do it. I don't know how much of a hurry you're in. They're not gonna be doing it next week. So I don't really know. However fast you want to go. You have the ability to accept it.
Okay.
Since it's only one,
Right.
sometimes you want to just make sure that it's a realistic bid.
Right.
It's not some arbitrarily high number, which would make you want to rebid.
Right.
And it is basically the estimate.
Is it? Okay, well, that's important. to know.
Okay.
Could you say the number one more time?
It's $168,000, 800, or $168,892.35.
Thank you.
Did we give them the parameters of what they were doing?
Feel better the first time I heard 460.
Yeah, I know.
Yours open.
I was like,
It's bigger than our big check, but not that.
it is. Okay, can I make a motion?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion. Well,
Well, you can go, I just wanted to make a comment.
Yeah.
Being familiar with community crossings, your award letter would have been December 1st, which means you have to have it under contract by March 1st.
yes,
So you may want to take some additional action tonight so you can send the required paperwork to NDOT and generate that purchase order in ahead of that schedule.
so it's a good thing for me to make the motion.
Yes.
Accept it
Accept it and
and move it on.
sign the contract.
Yeah, okay. So I'd like to make a motion to accept, and is it Process Solutions,
Pavement solutions.
Pavement Solutions for $168,892.35.
Second.
We have a motion by Mary Jo and a second by Steve Hahn. Any discussion? No, all those in favor? Motion passes.
And then is there anything else, Dave, they need to do to move the ball forward?
There's a letter it's a form letter that the town would send.
Okay, but that doesn't need council action.
It was only, no.
Yeah,
No, it
it's
should
just
have
part of the
signed.
process.
Those documents will need us.
Okay.
I don't. Is there, did they send the one with all
Yeah.
4 of them, or just, authorized?
Is that Form 96, Matt?
I couldn't hear it.
It's 96, yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, what was the last thing you said? Georgia was trying to, she understood.
We got to sign.
Okay, all 5 of us, or all 4 of us do.
Tell it page 2, Form 96.
Does everyone have a pen?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
We got that, I think something.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay. Yeah,
Really makes the point.
yeah,
Just
no,
that.
but it's an original thing.
I've been corrected before. I've seen something when me corrected in court, usually blue ink.
Oh, they wrote it, that, don't they? I saw that. My head, my ex-husband is a CPA. He said anything about that.
No, I'm not.
You know, so I've had hot pink all the time.
You use black and you use hot.
Yeah, that's right. You guys like, right, like doctors.
Yeah, I'm trying. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Thanks.
Shall we move on to the approval of last month's minutes?
I'd like to make a motion. I didn't know if anybody had any questions or anything. Did everybody get a chance to read them?
I read it. I'm good with them.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes for January 12th, 2026.
Motion by Mary Jo, second by Steve Hahn for the approval of January's minutes. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Okay, I think we're ready for Mr. Burns.
And that would be on, the council member appointment. And is that something you're ready to move forward on?
We are.
And that is something that you as presiding officer can ask for nominations for member to fill the vacant council seat.
Okay,
And as far as the election goes, nominations do not require a second, which a lot of people think it does, but it only takes one person and allows as many people as members want to bring forward. So any motion, or excuse me, any nominations can be made. If it's one person, then you'd have a vote. If it's two, three, four, five, you still have a vote. The vote is public. You have an option to just do it by saying, I vote for Eric Burns. You can also write it down, but it's all public and it'll be read out of the meeting. So it's quicker just to say, I vote for whoever, John Smith.
Okay.
So first, open the floor for nominations for the vacant council seat, sir.
I have to remember her name. I'm so sorry. I'm so old.
I'm so.
Do you want to,
yeah, we can talk about this process too.
you gonna talk about?
Yeah, so just for everybody's knowledge, we did hold interviews in January to replace Jim on the council since he resigned midterm. So we did hold interviews. We interviewed 3 people. We interviewed Aaron Munn, we interviewed Joe Klein, and we interviewed Dave Farringer for the spot. I felt like we had good conversations with each of them. In the January meeting, Jim's resignation wasn't officially official yet, so we weren't able to move forward at that point in time, but this month we are ready to make that step. So
Now that you snuck her name to me, now I know what to do. I'd like to nominate Aaron Munn for the council open seat.
And not, if there are any others.
yeah, now, are there any
Any other nominations?
any other nominations at this time?
Do you want to run?
I go to plenty meetings without that, trust me.
No,
Do we want to have a quick vote, or how do we want to vote? Do we want to do it by paper, or do you want to do it just by voice?
just by voice.
Okay. Steve, how do you vote? Yep, okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep, and I as well. Sounds-
So the record would show that it's a vote of 4 in favor, 0 against for the new council member.
Yay.
Okay, and she can be sworn in now if we have an oath. It's up to you.
We have one, yeah. We're ready. Are you ready?
Yes.
We got a new seat for you too, darling.
Let you down. And
What's the first name?
would you like to administer, or would you like to administer? Okay. What's that? Right hand, okay. All right, would you please raise your right hand? And repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Aaron Munn,
do solemnly swear or affirm
solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and the Constitution of the State of Indiana,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and diligently
and diligently
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the office of Battleground Town Council Member,
of the office of Battleground Town Council Member,
Ward 2,
Ward 2,
according to law and to the best of my ability.
according to the law and the best of my ability.
Yes, ma'am. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
And if you wouldn't mind signing right here.
Erin, after the meeting, I wanna tell you a couple things that you'll have to do with that, website.
Okay, great, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
You give her a nice one, a nice shirt.
I think so. I think it's about as nice as mine.
Yes.
I got a nice one here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rubbing that in.
All right.
All right.
Mine's gone.
The second item under town attorney is Woods Edge, I should say. We have before you what I believe to be the final version of the utility service agreement. The Woods Edge Company is owned, just to give a little background, by UMH. And UMH has been in conversation with members of the town council, our engineering company under Mr. Buck, my office for a good bit. And we've been back and forth a good bit. And at the end of the negotiation, they have agreed to the terms that we believe are necessary to make sure that the project gets done in an economically efficient fashion without causing increases to the general rate payers. So in essence, they are paying for what they are going to use. That's the long and the short of it. Coming in 3 phases, as you may know. The payments, did we get the pump done? Did we get the pumps in? And we've already paid for that. Did they?
Not yet, no.
So that would be the first thing that they would make their contribution to, and that's all laid out in the utility service agreement. Utility service agreement is a fairly standard document. This one is a little different because in most utility service agreements, the developer doesn't have things up and running. A lot of times they'll have just green growing grass that they're gonna put buildings on and whatever. Here, we've already got them, already know what their flow is, things of that nature. So it has been approved by your engineering company, it's been approved by your financial advisor, and it has been approved by my office. Mr. Buck, Ms. Lemiak, any things that you think you need to toss in?
Not at this time.
All right,
Going.
yeah, let's just get going. So I would be happy to take any questions. Otherwise, Mr. President, I would suggest that you ask for a motion to approve, get a second, and then we can discuss further.
Yeah. So do I have a motion to approve the U of H infrastructure agreement as written?
I'd like to make a motion to accept the utility service agreement from UMH.
Second.
Motion by Mary Jo, second by Matt Kopic. Any discussion at this point? No?
No,
Okay. All those in favor?
aye.
Thank you. I know you folks have been very involved from the beginning. Your help has been really important because I think it was nice for us to be able to say, this is what it needs to be, because that's what the council says. And for them to realize that that is the way it has been from the beginning.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask that we go ahead and get it signed tonight. Usually I want to be, as a public entity, I want to be the last to sign, but I think in this case, we're going to have all the signatures. So when it is sent to them and they say, oh, I'd like to move paragraph 2 around a little bit, we'll say, well, no, we can't. We've always got it approved by your council in a public meeting. So,
Just cut some.
yeah, just kind of keeps the ball moving.
Write your
You
name.
get it something.
Do I have to say?
You done.
I won't say.
And you may, because you voted for it. It's up to you. Yeah, you may, absolutely.
Okay.
We can just cross your name and write in, print in your name. Or wait a minute, how'd that get set up? That gets set up. It's
Yeah.
and you can cross out vacant,
Mhm.
write in your name and then put a signature on it, all perfectly fine.
See, once you sign that, your eyes are.
I'm right.
Good point.
This is the try.
No turning back now.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. And then, is that all for right now for Woods Edge? I know.
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
know
I'm
that-
sitting
you're
here like
fine,
it's not
you're
on.
fine.
That is all. This is gonna be sent to them. They're gonna sign it and get it back, so. Ms. Buck, Ms. Lemach, you're gonna be pushing this hard and fast from here on out, I think.
And you too.
Oh, me too? Okay, you say so. I'll push any that's needed.
Okay.
You want me to do some measurements and things?
Not that.
Calculations?
So.
That'd be a mess. Okay, so I think we're in good shape there. Jewett Street, 102, lawsuit has been filed. I think it was the marshal that, reminded us that there's already some debt out there, which means the ball has already been rolling because they owe taxes, or the owner owes taxes. And so instead of having to spend the time and money for us to set it for a sale, it's going to get set for sale anyway through the normal tax sale process. Unless, I mean, I suppose if you come forward and pay the tax is going to be a hell of a lot less than what our judgment will be. It'll be in the, I think you and Kyle talked about that. It's $300 a day for a good long time. So we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. You're not gonna make a nickel off of this is my prediction. It's just a matter of controlling the property. So that the current owner, for example, doesn't somehow come in and bid a relatively small amount, pay off taxes and own it again. Then we're back to square zero or square one. So this way, taxes get paid first, as not surprising. We're gonna have what's called a judgment lien, because we're gonna get a judgment from court, and then that has to get paid off too, which puts us back in the control situation so that we can say to the new owner, if they want to clean it all up, well, great, we'll help you by getting rid of the judgment so that they can buy it at a relatively small amount of money, leaving room for them to do some improvements to it. Because most people aren't going to buy it just to sit on it. They, as you may know, there's lots of folks that look at these sales and they're in the business of making money, so they're going to buy it at a tax sale, and hopefully they're going to, get it cleaned up and get it rented. So, that is 102, and the other one, still kind of on hold, and I don't have really much any direction on what we're doing or what we need to do, or.
I believe the council needs to address 504 Jewett. Because it is the structure that cannot be,
Utility's been shut off on it.
utilities were shut off, they won't be re-energized, it's not habitable. The owner became frustrated that there was still a utility bill for the stormwater utility there because it's inside city limits. And he apparently gave a quit claim to someone else. But the address that they gave to the county is that structure, which does not receive mail because it's not a residence. So we have an obligation for the stormwater, but I don't know exactly how to reach the person that owns it now to advise them that the structure is probably not going to be allowed, but it's up to the council to determine if you're gonna let it exist in its current state or not, and then start the process similar to 102 to have it removed.
Do we ever file stormwater liens?
Every year.
Okay.
But he paid them up to
Yeah.
a certain point, and then he said, well, I'm selling the property,
Yeah.
but we can't determine. The
But he's paying
contract had,
taxes, paying the lien, or
uh,
paying stormwater.
No, well, that one I don't guess, I don't know
Okay.
if it was paid or not.
Right.
But I think that it probably will be. It's just that are we gonna allow that structure in its condition to sit there? Because I don't, without the police getting involved to try to locate this person, I'm not sure where they are, because the address they gave to the county is the uninhabitable parcel.
And there is no mail address for it?
Maybe a PO box on that side of town anyways.
Would it be?
I'm not sure about Jewett, but it might.
But I know I have a PO box in Holland right there, so I'm on the same side of the tracks as they are. But whether they have a PO box or not, I'm not sure.
He's transferred the property, but transferred it to someone that we can't communicate with.
Is there a name of the person who's transferred
I
to?
can.
Okay.
Maybe
You can try.
see if we can figure it out.
Figure out something.
And so you can search names on Beacon, so if you can find that same name, you might be able to find another address.
Unfortunately, sometimes.
Without going into
Yeah.
details, the best that I could find is someone in Delphi. So we need,
I'm inclined to try to do something with this property. I feel like it's probably unsafe. Only matter of time for a kid tries to climb in, one of the open windows or on the unsided Tyvek side of the house.
Yeah.
I feel like it's,
well, and it looks like it's gonna be a parking space for RVs,
it's,
so.
I would like to also avoid that if we can.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess what do we need to do to move forward with that? Do we need to,
Yeah, if it's in violation, we can write tickets. If the tickets are not remedied, then they go every day is in violation. So they will rack up very quickly, or they go to a maximum of 300. So it's real money.
Mhm.
Again, it's a question of control, and if a person owns it and sees that there's $300 a day going against the property, they should do something. Well, what's something mean? Put it in compliance. I don't know what's out of compliance about it. If it's, you know, a nuisance because kids can get in, they need to button it up. You know, the biggest problem, the way the law is structured is you can get all sorts of fines against the property, but in order to demolish a property,
right,
there's a much more lengthy procedure for it. Can be done, but it has to be a property that is unsafe. And what's that mean? That's kind of an engineering question often, is what is unsafe? Is something gonna fall in if somebody goes in there? Is the roof gonna fall? You know, is the foundation crack letting water up through it? So it's a factual question by an expert that says, yes, this is right, this should be condemned. If it's not condemnable, you don't have the option to demolish it. It just sits and collects all those fines, which puts you back in the exact situation where with the other one, where it eventually, if the fines aren't paid, and who's gonna pay $300 a day for a property that's not worth much? Not many people will do that. And so you can, even if they do pay their taxes, we have the right as the entity that holds the judgment back to a judgment lien, because we've gotten the court to say, yes, they've been out of compliance, they owe, pick a number, $25,000. We can then go to court and get a sale to foreclose on that $25,000 amount. And that gives us some control back to the point somebody shows up at the auction. And we can say to them, oh, okay, what are you gonna do? All right, as soon as you finish that job that you're planning, we'll write off, 90% of the judgment. And so you got control. Back to the same thing, it's just a process.
How hard is it to get a structural engineer and say it's?
So I think it's hard to have something that is considered condemnable from an
I have a
unsafe.
few questions. Can you get in?
Yeah,
Building,
can you get in?
you have a right to or whatever, but then, does the county building commissioner's office provide any support for the town for that type?
That's good. County commissioners would. I know that the area plan commission that has their inspectors, building commissioner and the building commissioner.
But that, the reason he's never been able to do anything with it is it's in the floodplain.
Correct.
And
So it can't be.
So it's never gonna be able to be.
That was kind of my point, that if it was habitable, eventually you could deal with the eyesore, but
It's in the floodplain.
I
if
think
it's in the
Rod,
floodplain, if
Yeah.
it's never gonna be a residence, then we need to
he
act and do
research.
something, because the people who live
That might qualify.
across from it
I-
and next
I
to
would
it.
recommend contacting area plan. It sounds like it's non-conforming because of
There you
that,
go.
but it may not be
Unsafe structure.
condemnable.
Right.
An unsafe structure, I think you would need to get the unsafe side of it confirmed and then go down that road first. And the fact that it's not conforming means that it couldn't be
Mhm.
made to be correct.
Yeah, that's a good point.
How did we tear down the house, 2 houses down on the other side of the corner right there? You bought that one.
Yeah, that was actually. So I would suggest, have you talked to the building commissioner at all? I'm kind of looking at both of you, but.
Yeah, I have not, and I,
Might be worth a call.
yeah, and I do have a question about the ability, my ability to enforce an ordinance if in fact that is a situation where they're not able to correct that.
Well, that I don't think you probably can, but if the weed height, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Something like that, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I think it's not a code violation
Yeah, I need a mens rea there and I'm not sure if that's.
Yeah. It's not a code violation to be in an on an unbuildable lot. At least I'm not aware of anything that would come close to that in our code. It's a zoning issue, but that's back to the county who enforces zoning. So I'd talk to the building commissioner and I think he will be helpful. Just give him some information and some thoughts.
Agreed.
Okay. That's all I've got on my list. Are there any questions? Anybody, any council members have about? anything? Okay,
We're gonna stay with them.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, good.
That's all I got. Okay.
On to contract services, looks like Glenn and Woody, we're gonna defer to March. Bowen Construction, who I don't believe is present right now, right?
We'll usually just give an update
Okay.
on their behalf for
Perfect.
the construction on the project they're working on.
So yeah, it'll be FNS then, right? Move on to you guys.
Did you want me to stand up?
You can stand up, it's up to you, just as long as the microphone can pick you up, that's the
Right.
important part for those listening in.
Chris Lemiak, Butler, Fairman and Seifert, we're the consulting engineer on behalf of the town, so we do a lot of your civil engineering related projects and help consult and design things for your town infrastructure here. So update on the Gateway project, pumps arrived and we're set and startup happened today. Ron, how'd that go?
Went real well. James and I spent 3 hours up there with them for the startup. That lift station's a whole new ballgame.
Yeah, Isaac and I talked a little bit this afternoon. He said there'll be a couple small cleanup items for them to address and they'll take care of that tomorrow or this week. But that's phase one of the Gateway project is.
So
getting
it's
that-
actually running now?
Yes.
Wow,
Yep.
that's quick.
Great.
Today.
Okay.
So that's that first step of the project. The subsequent phases is the continuing gravity sewer and lift station and getting everything to the plant from that point. So that design is in process. We had a meeting, BFS met with Bowen Engineering folks last week to walk the full alignment, get some of their feedback on what their thoughts, what they're seeing in terms of constructability and items along that way. So this was a build, operate, transfer procured project, so we can have those kinds of constructive conversations with the contractor to get their opinion on how things are built, and see how we can tailor the design for things that they see with their expertise. So that was positive. Things are moving forward there. Mr. Burns gave a report on how things are going with UMH, so we're feeling better about how that process is going and the ability to keep momentum going for the next phases of design. So those are moving along. The other project we have outstanding is Woods Edge.
Yeah, been on site, just.
Weather's been an issue.
We haven't worked for several weeks.
Oh, I mean, Harkness.
Hawks Nest, yeah.
That's
Woods-
okay, I went-
Hawks Nest.
That's okay.
Got excited. Woods Edge.
Yeah, I was like, we're gonna do something again.
We haven't done anything, we haven't been on site anywhere. This has been too cold, and we got 3 foot of frost in the ground.
Right.
So,
I think the electrical is
we
like
gotta-
the last
we gotta
major
set- we gotta set
component on
the wall,
that.
do the electrical,
Yeah.
and then, yeah, we're good to go, so
you know,
that's it.
site restoration and that'll happen when weather is
When weather's
favorable for
different.
that. Things will actually grow.
The only other thing I think we got hanging out is the pond, or
Mhm.
anything on there.
I know we and Ron need to have another sit down on that. So, general updates there. Any other questions I can help with?
No, you've been
Right this
great.
time, so I think we're good. Okay, on to Georgia. Appropriations and claims.
We have the summary for January through today. If there's any questions about these, please.
I don't have any. Do we have a motion to approve?
I have one question.
Yes.
Looks like the utilities are really high for police utilities at 107. Does that seem high? 392.
You only you have a summary, so that's,
Oh, okay,
that's,
so it's everything,
yeah, that was it.
okay,
7,000 something, something.
okay, at first I saw water and sewer and I went, oh my god. So, you have a hot tub, you have.
Well, it's all the buildings are high in the winter, they're higher, I mean, they are high.
Yeah,
Jason especially.
true, true. Okay, no, I have no problem. I'd like to make a motion to accept the registered batch from January 13th to February 9th of 2026 at the amount of $260,000, $984.22.
Second.
Okay, a motion by Mary Jo and a second by Steve Hahn. Any discussion? Not all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Georgia, what's Mulberry report? What's the Mulberry?
Well, I am passing this around, there's a resolution and I would like to review.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to you.
Oh. Okay. Well, I can print it underneath. It'll work.
Pretty good.
The town has a sizable rainy day fund that we've been amassing over 10 or 11 years now. In hopes that it would build a town hall. We're not really ready for that yet. So I have suggested to you in the form of a resolution that you approve a short-term loan to the Gateway Sewer Project that would be paid back out of the bond when it's eventually ready for us. And that would help pay the pre-engineering that Butler Fairman has graciously bankrolled up to now. And I thought that I heard Chris say there would be some third-party work that needed to be paid directly. That really wasn't.
It'll
part of your-
get passed from us. For
Yeah.
geotechnical engineering, when we've got consultants for electrical engineering, so.
So this resolution doesn't really say an amount because I wasn't sure we could really put a pin on that.
That's what I was wondering. if there's some-
So it says up to the project estimate, which was 11 million, but that's not gonna happen because that's not in the bank. But whatever we have in our rainy day could be used for that purpose for these months until the bond is ready.
Okay,
I have checked it with Eric and I checked it with Robert Reynolds, your financial consultant. And he said, we didn't see any issues with that. Both men said they didn't see any issues.
okay. I'd like to make a motion to pass resolution number 26-136. Distributing bonds or distributing funds from rainy day to cover costs on the new project. Until we can be repaid by the bonds.
So
Did I do that right? Yes. Okay. Second by Matt.
Oh, sorry. Motion by Mary Jo, second by Matt Topic. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
And Aaron, the same thing on that, if you want to sign that, you can just write in the name.
I think George is being nice and writing it down.
Oh, there we go.
I know, she's sweet.
We tried to put a fund report for the first month of the year in the packet, but I might have put in the wrong page. I had the wrong page. Yeah.
Wrong one.
That was page 2.
Oh,
That is, interesting for you because that is the amount in your bond reserve. The bond that you have now that is, it's within 7 years or so being paid off. 33. There is a reserve account and there is a bond and interest account. So every month we pay $14,100 every month.
and that's for the survey.
And twice a year, there is a transfer made to SRF from the Bank of New York. So the bond will probably be structured similar to that. And there will be a monthly payment. The BOT bonds that we have right now, there is no transfer, but the SRF, there is twice a year. But the other bonds, the BOT bonds, we just pay those them.
Okay.
But I wanted to show you where you're at. I apologize. I'll have to send that to you after the meeting. Mostly, I wanted you to see how much money there was in rainy day for town hall, because there is upwards of about 600,000. That's why I was mentioning at the last meeting that you might, depending on the town hall you choose, you might have to do a very small debt rate on top of our levy. Depends on what you do with the rest of your budget, but that's an option for construction. You can do that. 2 or 3 cents makes a big difference in how fast you can retire a loan for the balance of the construction, but no, it's totally doable for the town, but our problem so far has been deciding what to build and where to put it. So. If there's any questions, oh, yeah. The statement of compliance. Our papers for the people who were council members last year, you have those to complete, and I just need them before. Before you. Oh, okay. The date on that was December 31st, but
Oops.
we'll get them.
Okay.
Thank you. We had a motion, didn't we?
I don't know that we voted on the payables. Thank you.
Nice keep track. Yeah, good job, Greg.
Okay. Okay, so we need a motion for. Sorry,
I think we take the motion for the,
Got a motion on the accounts payable voucher to pay.
okay, we just need to vote.
That's
So,
it.
all right, all those in favor?
I,
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. George, is that all for you?
Was there vote on the resolution?
I believe we passed that.
You
Yes.
Do you have those signatures yet?
I think it went out.
Did that go around?
Probably. Yeah. I stuck it out on the form.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Good. Good go there. Okay. Next up, police department, Marshall.
So, let me get, this here real quick. There's a invoice here that, while it was under my limit to pay per item, I still wanted to just bring it to your discussion for approval. Just because the total amount's large, so you want to see what it is. So our digital computer system, sorry about that. Our digital computer system, our reporting system, the county typically would pay for our licenses. They're adding more deputies. That's, they've been paying for our licenses, but I think there's a limit with the package that they get. We'll know more about that, but so we've got to pay for ours. So that's what that is. You see that come through on the next appropriations. So if I could have you ask whatever question you want to, if you're willing to approve that. I had to pay that just so that we wouldn't lose our access to our report system, which would be a very bad and urgent matter to have happen, so. But I didn't want to do it without an explanation.
So do you pay this by person or by computer?
It's by number, but if you don't pay for like a batch at once,
Uh-huh,
then each time you need to add someone, you would pay that additional
a fee, yeah.
stuff. But
So we're buying one for
we're
4.
buying four,
Okay.
let's see.
Okay,
But I just wanted to avoid having to pay that fee each time we'd be adding somebody on. This is the same system that is used by everybody except for Lafayette Police, because there's no one's over there, so.
So this is once a year?
No, that should just be, my understanding, I think it's, my impression was that that's it, like, we it's just a
believe-
license.
These are for the life of the actual
Yeah.
contract the county has with Caliber.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's by
So-
feet, it's not by name, so,
Because county signed an 8-year contract with Caliber several years ago for their CAD, which is computer aided dispatch, and RMS, which is records management system.
got it.
And so he's paying for licenses for the additional users for the lifetime of that contract, which I think is like 3 more years left on it.
Okay,
we've had some changes recently just because, we work great with county and they're very generous to us. But obviously they're increasing the size of their department, and
Sure.
so, that's, and it should be, that's their priority, is their own
well,
department.
this is only fair.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But we've seen that in other ways, like to change the radio numbers just to make room kind of for some of their officers, so.
Right here. Did you not know? I know, that's yours.
$1,184 is the total cost.
And that's already been paid
That's been
from
paid,
your budget,
yeah,
and you're just asking for approval.
for approval for that expense, I'm sorry, for approval for the check to be cut, I guess is what I'm asking. I
Yeah.
failed to talk to Georgia about that ahead of time, but yeah, the cost is $200 per item, plus that. The clicking buttons that cost $300 to do. So,
I think you're just looking for a motion to approve payment of
Yeah.
the Caliber bill, $1,184.
did you want to try it, Aaron?
You want to make a motion? Your first one.
Sure, I'll make a motion to.
All right.
Okay,
We have a second.
Second.
Second by Steve. So a motion by Aaron, a second by Steve. All those in favor? Motion carries.
all right,
This man.
the second thing I had out of 3 here, Jerry Burke's event went last Saturday. It went very well. It was very well attended. I thought, I gave him a great send off finally. I was asked by the board to do that. It's been a while. And finally it came around, and we had a lot of trouble getting one venue up, and I'm not trying to blast that venue, so I won't say it, but fortunately, very recently, the church opened up and was gracious enough to let us host there, and I think it was what he had wanted for that as well. So it's also possible he turned a year older today.
wow,
So that's good 2 things to happen in a row. He sent me a picture, and he's already got the plaque up on his shrine home, so he was happy. It was nice to see a lot of you come out, as well as other people from West Lafayette Police, and Sheriff Benton kind of came out for us, so very well attended. The last thing I have is, with it being winter and as bad as it is outside, we've had to do more enforcement action for the winter related ordinances, like parking and sidewalks. We've hit Main Street, we've hit Tomahawk with those, talking to people, putting door hangers on doors, trying to be fair about it. With that fairness, obviously residents have a right and are encouraged to bring it up when we give them a violation they don't think is fair. I do not want to enforce something that there was a reason for. We had an incident on Tomahawk Street where there was a violation that was given. The only reason I bring it up is because it got some traction on Facebook as well. Looking into it further, it appears that you, and I'm glad you did, Mary Jo, put a thing on Facebook about get
yes.
cars off the streets, right? For
I'm so sorry.
for the snowplows. I personally, it's my professional opinion that we should have an ordinance that requires that. So you don't have to say something like that. It makes sense for snowplows to come through, but we don't. However, the resident that was ticketed was responding to that request by a city board member. And so that ticket was overturned. That then led to further investigation into it, where I think there's some validity to this, and I need to actually take measurements to give the board a better picture. But I believe that it's possible construction on Tomahawk did shorten driveways to where we will start seeing vehicles that are obstructing the sidewalk a little more. Obviously, I need to look into that to determine that. If that is the case, then I would later propose to the board that we'll need to rewrite that obstruction clause, at least in there. I don't know if there's public comment that would like to happen on that, but I'm happy to look into it, so.
And my apologies again. Boy, I didn't know that they were gonna be that short, right?
I'll speak to the sidewalk issue. And the street was remodeled during, which we love, by the way. The sidewalks went from 4 feet or 3 feet to 4 feet. They were also pushed back and closer to the property, which then brought the driveway to now. We don't have a length anymore, and we now are over the sidewalk more often than not because the sidewalk was pushed in. Sidewalk was also pushed back, so we lost about 2.5 feet.
So
Overall length is probably close, but
Just
Sidewalk.
location the sidewalk.
yeah, right where the sidewalk meets the.
and so if that, I'll get the board actual measurements on something like that to give you a better picture, but. I will let the board know that my preference would be to not enforce obstructing the sidewalks until we figure that out.
I think that's.
In that spot, at least where the construction is, because that would be fair to residents, and that's what we're. The point of the ordinance, they don't really make the town much money, it's to more or less create a pattern of compliance, and I do praise the people that brought that up to me. The concern with that ticket, and encourage others to do the same.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's what I know.
Okay,
That's all for you?
That's what we.
Perfect.
we have one more issue. We've never voted on, whether we want to sue beyond the police force or not.
So we're not requesting that at this time, because I
You are.
want to discuss that with you further, details of that, and so I don't think she's not in a hurry for anything like that.
Okay. Because in the first meeting, you said it was urgent that she found.
It
out
was, I
what-
looked into it, and they backed the dates up for that, I think the county side until August.
Okay,
So it'll be good before then.
Okay, Ron? Utilities and street?
The main thing I have is, Woods Edge lift station is running today. It's pretty impressive. If any board members would like to take a tour of it, you can.
yeah,
Basically, at one point, we had 5 adult men inside that station with everything going on.
that's cool.
No,
That's really disturbing, you said that.
it is pretty impressive. It's gonna take a little bit to get used to. It is very, very extremely high tech. He went over it with Jansen and I today. And Jansen decided that he's probably gonna bring the buck home and do some extra studying.
There's a lot more than the main lift station over there. A lot more settings, and definitely gonna take that seriously and look into more.
Perfect. The next thing I have is, last month, unfortunately, I went to a 811 thing and didn't come to the board meeting. I had a thing from Paul Signs. And I'm assuming I was told there was some questions about it. So Matt sent me a place where he buys the post.
Or was it?
So, if I do 19 posts with them, it'll drop the rate down to $101, I believe.
Well, I sent it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went on the website. So Hall Signs, with the discount, and they said they'd go ahead and honor it for another month. I pay $66.38
Mhm.
per post. There's a lot here. So that's gonna be for 25 posts, 25 breakaway posts. The special bolts. Up on the top of 600 Hill, we had a 30-mile-an-hour sign that was ran over. That's on there, and I got with BJ's officer, he's got with the county and the young kid that, hit it. Was uninsured. Bart went and talked to the father, and the father said the kid will pay for it. So that bill will probably gonna come to about $200. TC's requested a sign at the railroad tracks. He said he's more than willing to pay for it. We'll install it.
What kind of sign is that? Is it a speed limit thing or?
No, it's the street name signs,
Oh, okay.
but it says TC's Restaurant with an arrow pointing down railroad. So that's another $90.12 coming off that. Another big cost on this, the total was $3,294.09. Another major cost is when the county did Shawnee Ridge, they have 2 posts per intersection. I am not gonna pay for 2 posts. I'm gonna do 1 post, stop sign, and do the street name on top.
Right.
But to be able to do that, I need the cross. The crosses are, the base cross is $17 a piece.
So you save money on posts.
Right.
Alright.
The upper cross for the second street name sign is $24 a piece. So there's a lot here.
That makes more sense. I thought you
Yeah.
were planning to spend $3,000 on this post, and I'm like, I'm sure.
But I roughly figured we'll get back out of this, we'll get back about 350. From the 2, for pieces and the others.
Yeah, track accident and then TC's.
So if I can get approval for this,
What was the overall total again?
$3,294.09.
9 cents.
Yeah, and with this, any orders over 750 is free shipping with it, so.
So I'd like to make a motion to spend the $3,290, well, for $3,300 on new posts and signs and stuff for Ron's project.
The name of the company is
All signed.
All signed.
All signs.
Thank you. Okay, motion by Mary Jo, second by Matt Kopic. Any further discussion on this? All those in favor? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I just, while we're talking about Shawnee Ridge still, Matt probably knows this, Ron, I don't know if you know this. So when you're heading into Shawnee Ridge and just after you pass Clown, there's that big dip in the road.
Right.
Is there plans for that? Because it seems to be getting worse. And I don't know why it's happening. It wasn't there when I first moved in 5 years ago.
So that was a water break.
That's what I wondered.
So I believe I'll need to discuss that with the water company.
Right, and also there are 2 utility lights out. I don't know if I report that to you guys or REMC to Georgia.
Georgia, and if you can get the number off the light,
Uh-huh.
I've done this for my neighborhood too,
Yeah.
off the pole.
There should be a little
There's
bit of
no
electric on.
poles.
Okay, I'll look for it.
If not,
Yeah,
that's
and then
not-
just let
There's 2 of
Georgia.
them. I know they're on, one's south of my house and one's north. So my address and you know which ones they are, but,
We had
and
kids
I
that were
haven't noticed
using
others, but.
their,
Oh, no, I think these are, like, these will flicker sometimes. I don't know what's wrong, but,
Should be a metal number on that. post.
okay.
Yeah.
I can look.
They screw explain.
and I didn't know how to explain it after
Clarification
we
was on.
Yeah. We've had a host of problems with the files this year. So right now we have 2 plows and 1 salt spreader that is working. We've had a lot of the cables electronically go out. So we have, unfortunately, road truck takes like 7 days to get one. So, hopefully by the end of this week, we'll be full again on full trucks, so.
I don't want to be rude. I want to stop you so we can finish the vote for signs. And actually, we had a motion in a second, we never took a vote. So
Yes.
all those in favor of purchasing the signs?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Thank you.
You get the signs.
Alder, Blade.
The one on the F-150 is, nope, F-350 is a 2011. The one on the Chevy is a 2016. And the one on, the 150 is 2 years old. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Which one split again? The shoot this came off.
So, on the 2011, the main bracket, it split. And the plow fell forward and wouldn't come up. We nursed it down back to the plant, or to the barn. We took it all apart. To save money. And to get us back up quickly, we welded it. Unfortunately, the weld did not hold.
You get the parts in? You ordered the parts for that, didn't
Yes, we haven't got called yet. But in the meantime, the salt spreader on the Chevy went out. We took it there and they diagnosed it for us. Upon his inspection, the main bracket on that plow is cracked halfway through. So we did order that. So hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have all brackets.
So
back
is
in.
the salt spreader fixed?
No. No, it's 7 days out with wire too. I mean. Well,
Well, it looks like we're gonna have some good weather, so.
The plows for the data, that as old as they are, I mean, I know there's not much to them, but they're beyond their,
Lifetime.
Years.
yeah. And the best opportunity for us would be to look at them come spring, summer. Replacement.
That's right for at that point.
and one of the things I'm looking at, for the 2011 Ford, I want to replace that this year, hopefully with another Chevy. I primarily drive the Chevy. The Chevy can hold, a bigger plow.
So when are we gonna go out and price these?
I hear that. Soon, or your spare time. Soon.
Let me know.
I'm up and going with the lift station now. That's off my plate. So,
I'm leaving the 22nd.
Just let me know.
Nice.
If I can add a quick comment from the police side, with this last winter and as bad as, or last winter. Hellscape or whatever you want to call it, that we had, as bad as it was outside, I definitely want to point out publicly that the street department really knocked it out, especially being as, having their equipment as problematic as it was. You could tell driving Prophets Rock Road where we did have pretty bad accident, crash on the county's end. You can tell when you go into Battleground because of the difference in how the road changes. Some of those really bad nights on the radio, I would hear deputies constantly asking dispatch, where's the county highway department? Where's the county highway department? And a couple of those times where they would ask and not get answers, I could hear their plow slam the road headed towards one way or another. And so they really did a good job and reduced the amount of crashes that we had, so.
Good job. Nice.
Okay.
Anything just,
Anything else from you, Ron? Okay. All right. I think this month, area plans are quiet, and anything for redevelopment, I don't think we have anything,
No changes.
no changes at this point, yeah. Okay, so we're ready for you, Mr. Jones, and for the fiddlers.
Ah,
Yeah,
Oh, you're ready for.
yeah, if you're ready, we're
My
ready.
wife Brenda Moore is on the board of the Fiddlers Gathering and they're starting their spring fundraising donations. So, you know, I think last year if the town gave $500. Going to do that.
That's correct.
Yes, I Thursday, yeah.
So they're asking if you'd be, willing to help out again.
Another 500.
I feel about 500, we're comfortable with that,
I'd go for the 7.
go for 750, 700,
Yeah, 700.
go all the way.
Do I hear
You're
right?
done. Go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
Yeah,
I mean, it's something local.
It's sports
And
are
it's
also top two, and I mean,
and it brings people in.
it does. It's
Yeah.
not 18, so you can spend money at the convenience store.
Not having it on for several years,
Right.
there was a ton of work.
It was nice to see it back last year. I mean, I live literally right across the street from it,
I
so
think it will get stronger every year.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll go 750.
750, it's not even on the sheet.
Huh?
We'll make your motion.
Oh, I'll make a motion to give the old filler $750.
Okay, motion by
Steve.
Steve,
Second by Mary Jo.
second by Mary Jo. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
Thank you.
How much you charge for the cars that park in your yard?
We don't let them park area. So none at all. But I wouldn't be able to, I'm gonna go as I please.
True. Although you could back them up into applicant's fence.
Okay. So we do have, High School Street sidewalk project and also I believe the Main Street sidewalk project.
Yeah.
We have a couple of bids, for that.
For high school?
Yes, it was from, I believe from last year. I don't think we actually ever did like a formal bid. They gave us a price, but it wasn't a formal one.
I think
They did, they would honor,
Yeah, I think they honored the price of
yeah,
Dixon.
the spring. So when it warms back up, we can do concrete. We can get the sidewalk on high school between, Battleground Elementary and Battleground Intermediate going.
Nice.
And so, we're gonna honor that price. If I can open this, I will open it, tell you what it is.
Matt, do you have a knife?
Got a knife. I do not. Ron's got a
I
knife.
have paper on the outside.
Here you
They were
go.
open for mine, so thank you.
A knife for a gun.
We didn't have
Come
a-
on now.
This one's not sealed.
No, this is.
Okay, we don't need that one. I'm sorry.
This is.
Like, wow,
Okay.
why don't you get a smaller purse?
So yes, we have two bids. We asked for 3, we received 2. One is from Heartland Construction for $41,230. This is for the height of the sidewalks on high school,
Okay,
between the two schools for there. And the other one's from Dixon Construction, which is $38,656.
guess what? Dixon.
Yeah, that's what we go to lower. I'm fine with that as well.
Yeah,
Okay, so
need a motion?
we need a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept Dixon's bid on for, what was it,
$38,656.
$38,656.
56. There's a second.
I'll second. Yeah.
We got a motion by Steve, a second by Aaron. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And then Ron, will you work with them on, obviously, once it warms up, we can't do much better right now, but probably by April-ish, yes,
Yeah.
April, May. Will be in there, thank you. Okay,
And the people already got letters, correct? That live there, that's gonna affect, they already got letters knowing what we was gonna do on High School Street.
I think you and I talked to that.
Yeah, well, we talked to some, but I think we sent out letters letting them know what we were gonna
I'm
do.
not sure.
I think that's directed to you, Georgia. I think, well, did we send letters out to the people in high school for the sidewalk project?
We did let them know what we was doing.
At this moment. I don't think so, because I don't think we had an approved plan.
Mm.
We were still,
I know we went and talked to, the 3 of us went and talked to some of them.
right, we did verbally, we approached them. And we sent a letter that said, we're thinking about doing this and give us your thoughts.
Okay.
But we didn't ever communicate back to them, it's gonna be this date and this activity. I mean, we just weren't far enough.
Well, we still
Along
don't
yet.
know, right?
I know the ones we talked to, they're all in favor of it.
So there's been initial contact, but nothing happened.
The one we didn't talk to.
Overall, great thing for the town.
I think once we've find out from Dixon, is that for?
Yeah, we couldn't get a hold of the one in the red house right there at the corner of
The
Liberty
owner.
and
But
we
the
get a hold
people
of
that
that,
live
but
there
it
liked
don't,
it.
it
They've already
won't,
got sidewalk there
it
on
won't
that corner
interfere.
too.
Yeah.
We're just widening at that point.
Well, the other
Making
thing we're
it
gonna do
flat.
is remove that bush that's kind
Right,
of,
it's kind of hanging out over.
What's the
side.
stop sign?
it's a blind spot. So,
It makes that corner real hard. You're going past it, you're gonna turn down High School.
yeah.
So, okay. So on to social media stuff for Battleground. I don't know if we have anything for that at this point in time. I know we've discussed it, but I don't think we're ready to make any kind of decision at this point on that. So we will defer if it's something you want to get involved with. That's now. You know,
What is the?
really just trying to increase the town's presence on social media, have an official, or I guess whether or not we want to have an official presence on social media for one, and then secondly, how we manage it, what's gonna go on it, and that kind of thing. So both the how and why, we're trying to answer at this point, I think. So. I think that's it. 250th celebration banner selection.
Yeah.
Something that came up at the last meeting, as an idea, and I think we have some things to look at, but I think there's some appetite here to do something about that.
Yeah.
So,
There is. Georgia, did you find any that you liked?
But didn't she send an email out that we were supposed to kind of?
Well, there's a catalog, there's 2 companies that have. So if anybody wants to look through the,
yeah. We probably just need to look at approving an amount that we are willing to spend on banners for this, and
I don't
Go from
even
there.
remember how much our banners cost when I first got on the board.
Green.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
God, you're
there's like
young.
15 of them.
You have.
All them banners are
There's still a
still-
ton.
Well,
Was it-
yeah, I was gonna say, we didn't hang them all, so we can hang them again, but we wanna do these 250th first.
Okay.
While we're still gonna have a birthday. So,
So we might not have to buy as many
right,
because we didn't have them all.
So we do like,
But that was part of it. Where do we want to put them? Because some of the poles, as they get worked on, there's no
bracket,
brackets anymore.
right?
Yeah.
so I guess, do you know how many banner holders we have in town? And could we add more? I guess I'm.
4 or 5 in town, how many of the brackets do we have out there at Street Martin, Jasmine? About 20. Roughly. So it takes 2 brackets, so we could probably do another 10. And we don't have to get with tip off, we can just set a ladder and all it is lagging them into the pole.
Oh, it is. It would be nice to have, down Main Street, of course. I think that'd be really nice.
and the fire station and by the post office and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
You'll have the traffic there.
yeah.
That'd be a trick.
Oh, if it's not
Because
possible, just tell me.
they pulled all the poles out.
Okay, that's true, you're right.
Down
When they
now.
had sidewalk, yeah.
Oh,
And,
Unless we can figure out a way to hook them to the light poles,
that's true.
but
that
yeah,
would be kind of nice,
they pull all our,
the utility poles.
utility poles.
Did you check and see if there's a way to hang them on the light poles?
We could check and say, yeah.
Yeah, and see how much it would cost, because I think that would be,
On the decorative ones,
yeah,
no, they sell a special bracket for that.
Do
And
they?
the banners are not as big as the ones that go up on
Oh,
the
they don't
electrical
have-
poles.
Well, we could do. You know. If we're gonna do it, I'd like to do, probably down, South Road.
yeah,
As you're coming into town, you can.
From the battlefield right there.
From the battlefield.
Yeah.
yes.
Kind of the main drag through town as you go to the railroad track. I
Right.
mean, how many,
Okay.
sorry, how many additional brackets do we have? You said 10 or so?
We have enough probably to do 10, we have 20 brackets, it takes 2.
Okay.
And then how many are already up?
I think there's 5, 6.
That's what I was thinking, it wasn't very many.
There's
There's
not.
13 of those decorative lamps.
Oh,
And we've lost several.
like the brackets,
well, the telephone pole get knocked over by a tree, and when Titmock comes and cleans up their mess, that our brackets go with them. Somehow. Okay.
Well, if we can get a number,
I'm looking right now, it looks like a 16" by 45" banner is running at $83 a piece. Right now, I don't know how big of a banner we're able to get, they have multiple sizes, but
You still have it out there.
Okay.
if we can assign a number to it, we can ballpark a number right now and approve that. Like earmark that money for it, and then
yeah,
from there,
yeah,
we can move forward. Or do we pull this up here?
yeah, okay.
Maybe buy some new Christmas decorations too.
Georgia bought some last July.
In the summer. What's next though?
Next up would be,
Architect information.
yeah, architect information for 100 College was here, 107 Railroad. Do we have everything ready to pay Maddie Squire for all that? Are we,
You ever paid or you waiting on me for something?
Well,
That's not one.
she's completed work for 107, she has not completed work for 100 College yet,
107
she's on it right now.
we have a.
Do you want the money now?
No, she's working on 100 College right
What I
now.
got from was just an email, but
So
I
it-
need it to be approved before I run it through the right.
Okay, but I thought we had reached back out to her to ask her for something else, or more clarification on that. Invoice, like if there's something that was missing
Well,
that date, I didn't work with you on
I
that.
was questioning, wasn't there two?
Oh, I see.
And you said, yes, you were gonna invoice them.
I guess that's done.
So,
Okay.
I'll talk to you up in the meeting.
That sounds. 20 inches by 4 foot.
That's more than 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, from my elbow to my fingertips is 18 inches.
There's a 24 by 48 option, which would be
It's
2 foot by 4 foot,
But my fault.
which that's $121 per man.
Okay,
So. If we're doing by 10 though, that's easy math.
How many banners we need?
Like, we got 10 brackets, correct? Are we doing all
well,
10?
well, we have
and then
10
there's
brackets
5
to
up
put
there.
up, and then 5 that are already existing.
So 15.
Yeah,
That we do them all.
Okay. So
small town.
it's true, like, do we need,
Really?
so it would be $1,860, and so you make a motion for 2,000.
Right, so you probably better roll it up to 2,500 because you might need some kind of bracket. If you want to try to put them downtown.
That's true.
Well, and that doesn't count, and that's just,
That's just what we
that's
have,
just the
that's just the
electrical poles,
posts.
that's
So you
not
probably better
13
table somebody
decorative.
their own assessment and then figure it out.
Okay.
Do that
Yeah.
in March and deal with
we
it.
can revisit this in March then.
Okay,
Okay, I'm sorry, so back to our conversation about the architect information.
Yeah, George and I are gonna look it up.
You're gonna work, okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
figure out what's needed.
Okay, and like I said, she is currently in progress on 100 College Street, which is this building. Sidewalk snow removal, I don't think we're any further than we were last month on that. Utility bill credit request,
I think we got that and squashed, didn't we already?
No.
no,
Be careful.
she walked out kind of beginning of the meeting, but
Okay,
do we want to table that till March, or are we ready, or we want to make a decision on it tonight?
I think we already know what we're doing, what path we're going that way.
I thought so, but
I just don't think we've made it.
I think Ron made a good.
I will say one thing. She did say that they're carrying in water to do the cleaning. So they're not using the butter and water,
right,
but where's that water going?
yeah,
Yeah, that's a fair point.
when I talked to her on the phone today, she told me she's gonna come to the meeting. And I advised her that pretty much everybody was in agreement that we would waive the fees for those 2 months
2 months.
that are on the
Yeah.
books now, but that we would determine a date in the future. I think Dan was thinking about changing the meter to a different type of meter or putting a lock on it. And whenever he can get around to that, I thought that would be a good time to start the new expectation
Right.
that the landlord be responsible for the utilities between tenants, which brings up the question. It's apartment number 1. Is there an apartment number 2?
That's a new one.
I thought it was,
I'm gonna-
so we have to do a little researching to figure out if there's 2 services there or just 1.
Right,
Most of this was done with the dual operator,
Yeah,
yeah.
the dual operator.
honestly, it's just been under the radar. It never was an issue
Right.
until we turned it on and they wouldn't use it and so now it became top of mind.
I think we still followed that, but we discussed it previously.
How they do that in Lafayette, West Lafayette. They got apartments and in between tenants,
Nothing that
they just pay it.
know how they.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably at least a minimum payment,
Mhm.
whatever that is, and we have a minimum payment. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
And that's their responsibility to take that into account when they're,
plus doing business.
do you
there you
need,
go.
do you need us, Georgia, to make a motion to wait those 2 months? Or is that for water?
It's both, and you could do that to make sure that it's clear.
At
That would
least
be
you
good,
could-
That I'm not acting on my own.
Right,
Yeah.
so I'd like to make a motion to go ahead and waive those 2 months of sewer bills. And what was the address on that?
107 Main Street.
107 Main Street, apartment 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motion by Mary Jo, second by Matt Kopic, all those in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry, was there any discussion?
No.
Everybody, yeah, all right, cool. Okay, we're ready for new business. Is this first time for you, Georgia, correct? Harbor purchases over $500.
Oh, yes, my request to purchases that need council approval to have those to you prior to the meeting so that if you have questions, you can ask.
Yeah, it was promoted.
Right.
How much time prior to the meeting?
Well, that's up to you. I just think that it's good to not put you in the position that you're sitting here during a meeting, needing to make a decision and not having had time to ask those questions like, Matt,
Fine,
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
10 days.
Which-
10 days, 5 days.
5 days.
Yeah, at least, yeah, 5 days.
So-
We're gonna say that Wednesday prior to a
Yeah.
council meeting.
Yeah,
Like end of business Wednesday.
That makes it go on the agenda. If I can get them by Wednesday, they can be on the agenda.
Okay, very good.
And it helps.
If I could ask for a clarifying point, with the street department or the police department, there are times where there would have to be an emergency type of purchase.
That's,
How would you define that in writing, I guess? And also, like, historically, fuel has always been something we just purchase. Without approval, that's always been, but that's, I think, the one thing that's like that. So, and I never understood why that one was, but others one.
Can I ask about how the budget's handled? So if you have budget for gas that's $2,000. My understanding would be you just keep filling it until you're up to $2,000.
Yeah, you go.
And if we're 2001, then you gotta come back and get some approval. Is that how we're doing it for something like gas?
For
Or just-
utility,
Yeah,
right.
utility,
For just
gas,
utility.
reoccurring expense. And then you've got something, if you needed to buy a piece of equipment that was,
Just like these licenses where that's
yeah,
needed to work.
is there an amount within the
Well-
budget category that they can spend without asking?
$500 was
Mhm.
what we've always worked with.
It's 500 per item, which is usually fine,
And
but just in the case there would be something, as long as it's per item still, then that's.
And that's
90%
usually
of
the way
time
it's
it's
done.
fine.
It's done because legally, as long as it's within your budget, you're pulling it from the correct category.
Yeah. You don't
Then
really need
you're
approval.
fine.
You don't really need approval for that, correct?
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, as long as as long as you're operating within your budget.
Yeah.
So as long as you're pulling from the right category, there's really
So
no.
what would
no need
500
for that.
apply to then?
Well, you can put a limit on it and say you're not gonna spend more than 500. That's all up to the council. And I don't know. I just don't know what the approval process is.
well, it's a little bit mishmash right now because Ron presented a departmental request for purchasing typical items that he always purchases from the same vendor that was held for a month. So either it is gonna be allowed or it's not gonna be allowed. Right now, the $500 thing is a limit also on the credit card, so that there's
That I understand.
there's a
That-
limit
yeah, I
on the
understand.
credit card,
I
but
guess from the different entities, street department, police department, sewage, whatever, you know what? I mean, as long as they're operating within their budget, and it's not something that's frivolous. I think that it's their responsibility to know, hey, okay, this is, I can spend this amount of money.
Ultimately, we have to answer for it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a voucher that's gonna show you spent this much on something, you better.
Yeah, I mean, if we have to, I guess, first of all, if we have to oversee every little aspect of that, we don't have the right people in place, in my opinion. From that standpoint, if we have to micromanage you to manage your money for your department, then we probably don't have the right person in place.
so
Bottom line.
is it okay if they don't bring those to you? Because, I mean, I'm picking on you kind of, Matt, because Ron brought the fact that he was gonna spend this big amount of money out of his sign, and
I'm
he
good
said,
with
no, I don't think.
Well, and I
that part there, I mean, bringing it to us, I mean, that's going to open up questions, right? As it did.
And it should.
It should, okay,
Yes.
from that standpoint. But again, if they're operating within their budget, if I never knew that, I would have never questioned it, right?
But
But I shouldn't have to, we shouldn't have to question every little thing that they're spending, as long as they're within their budget. Okay,
Well-
cool.
But the other part of that is too, and because I worked at Purdue, correct me if I'm wrong. It wasn't per item, it was per purchase order. So in that case, this would have been something that should bring in front of us. If he's gonna be spending over $500, then yes, by all means. Because the other thing that you find out is some people go, well, then I'll put in 5 purchase orders, so I stay under the limit. And that's just, and it is good for us.
It is a good
To-
internal control.
It is good internal control because it isn't our money and it isn't his money. It's the town's money. And the reason we're doing-
Position they're in,
Yes,
manage that money.
they are, but yet everybody should be held accountable,
Agreed.
But we need to know what they're spending on.
right? So I would
You
say.
know, that's what I'm
Any
saying, what we
purchase
need,
orders
what we
over
need to spend it on.
500 should be brought to the committee, to the council.
Respectfully, I
look
don't
at.
think, I don't think it's per purchase order the way we have it, it's per item in an order, is actually the way it's written right now.
Well,
And that's why I asked for clarification, because I know Ron's limit's 1,000, mine's 500. So those are different, but some things are okay, some are not, and so it's hard to be compliant for what the board needs, and really, I'm just trying to move the department forward as is wrong.
yes, thank you, that was my reason for bringing it up, so we can get clear.
So maybe more on the, I mean. This is loaded, I mean, from that standpoint, I mean. Consumables that they always use that we get,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
consumable stuff that they're always using, even like the street signs like this. I mean, that's something that we gotta do almost every year or every few years, right?
Right.
So stuff like that, again. Okay, but if we're turning around and a snowplow or something like that, stuff like that, I think, yes, that needs to come here. From that standpoint,
Absolutely.
we need to make those decisions, but again, thank you for that. But you know, on the street signs, the only reason I question it, because we bought them as well too, you know? And, okay, thanks for the explanation, because you know, I'm thinking all you did was posts.
That was a matter of misunderstanding.
It was, yeah, it was not having all that information,
That's what we got.
communication, biggest thing, communication.
So
So there's various nuances to this that,
circling back,
go ahead.
my reason for bringing it up was, if there is a purchase, and it's a pretty good size one. And the department head feels like it's important for the council to know that this is happening, or it's a piece of capital equipment. Or a contract that needs to go out, like for sidewalk, concrete work or whatever, not a contract, yeah.
yeah.
Specification.
Yeah.
Public-
Contract service, yeah.
Mhm.
Run those by you like we have been, because that is good internal control that we're doing the right vendors, we got the right timing, that you're in their corner as far as what the departments are doing. And to not drop it on you at a public meeting. That's what the agenda is for, is to line these things up.
Yes.
So that when you get here, you've had a chance to think about it, call the department head, ask your questions, and be able to go through the agenda when you're here to cover more things.
There's been times when, I mean, you've called me. Right. And asked certain things, and I'm like, dude, if you gotta have it, go get it, do it, get it done.
And honestly, 99.99% of the time, I will not make a purchase without letting Georgia know. Just for the simple fact is I don't want one of those no crap moments. Honestly, I really don't have time to watch my budget line for line as the month's going. It's easy to call Georgia.
We got too much on your plate, there, you can't pay attention to that.
You know, it's easier for me to call Georgia and be like,
He does, he just
Sorry.
doesn't.
Well, and it's good for Georgia
Spreadsheets
to
on the
know for.
computer.
She's the one that's supposed to, we tasked her with taking care of that
Thank
for
you.
us.
We talked through
We
it.
tasked him for taking care of the roads, we tasked him for taking care of our public safety.
Safety.
So again, if they're operating within their budget, unless it's a major purchase. Get it done.
So you said you give your superintendent a budget?
They've got a flipping American Express card
He don't
that
come,
that has no limit.
if he makes a $4,000 purchase, he don't tell you
They'll come and tell me after the fact, hey, I needed to do this, and I went.
if it's an emergency, yeah. I
They'll do
can
it,
see
they'll
that.
do it from time to time.
But you always know that they're
I'll know it,
making
yeah.
those
You just like to
purchases.
find out.
See, that's-
I have trust in my leadership. That they're not gonna go do something stupid. Again, all of them have a American Express that has no limit. If they wanna go out and spend $100,000 on that card. Do it.
You
if
got
it
a
has to
bigger
happen, do
budget
it.
than I do.
None of them ever tried that.
Go.
Eventually, they'll have the answer for them.
But yes, they will. Yeah, because it gets paid off every month, so yeah, I don't micromanage my guys. If I have to, they're not ready to sit on the bus. Bottom line, not ready to sit on the bus.
Um. So I would say I am in favor of. Line item purchases over $500, getting approved or having it. Have notification of that by Wednesday prior to the council meeting, so we have 5 full days then at that point to digest before the meeting. And then, do we need to make a motion to do that, or is that?
I don't know what
Just
the
a-
policy says now. It sounds like there is one.
There is first, so it's five, so if I need to purchase anything over, where there's an item over $500, I have to have board approval before I can do that.
Yeah. And the only
And
exception is truly an emergency.
Or,
And that you do what you need to do
yeah,
to solve the problem. And you notify, Georgia would be the appropriate one to notify immediately, followed by the president of the council saying, I just bought a, pick whatever, or
and while I.
1,000 rounds of ammo.
Yeah, and while I really enjoy Matt's style of doing it, because it makes it easier on us. I understand the need. Ultimately, I have, or Ron has to come to you and say why we thought it was justified. But I mean, if there's approval that is required before I can make the purchase, it would eliminate about 90+% of my problems if we had the same purchasing number rather than 500. It was 1,000. Now your stuff might be more expensive, probably, but.
I think that's probably why they did it that way, because his equipment is more expensive.
But there's things on my end where training, enrollment fees for a group or whatever we have to do would be over that. But it would be less than 1,000, more than 500. And that's why I would ask that if we're not gonna do what Matt's suggesting, that if it was able to be the same, that would make my job a lot easier. Obviously it's your decision, but it's my job to request it.
So we're requesting to raise,
$500 too, so.
Well, like, can you raise Georgia and I's to meet Ron's?
Okay, but
I don't mind leaving it just where it's at.
What are the other, what do other entities do? I mean, that's. I mean, we're battleground, but still.
my rules for purchasing in the city of Lafayette is anything over $500 supervisor permission and 3 quotes. Is my for purchasing. I know department heads have more more grace than I do. I'm not a department head.
Right,
And so I don't know what their rules are now, but that's my rule as an employee for the city of Lafayette. So,
I would say for our budget, we're probably right at where we should be. So. We're fine.
all right. And I think we need to try to set a date for spring cleanup, which is typically in April, correct, Ron? BJ, are you guys are involved in that?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything confirmed.
No, I just, historically, I guess it's been in April,
Sort of
like
talks about.
mid to late April, right?
Yeah, so basically, we, will bring the leaf back out. 1 or 2 days of that. And then, a couple of days we'll have the dump trailer for tree branches and such, so.
And do you prefer that on during the week or on a weekend? Like, I guess I'm,
So in the past, when Jerry Burke was marshal, he always wanted to do it on Saturday.
on Saturday.
We can do whatever we want.
I'm not a big fan of Saturday, but.
No, we can do it during the week.
I understand that.
So again, that's why, the only reason I ask, I just want to make sure that we're doing something that works for you guys that are actually going to be involved. with
Well,
the
I think if
process.
we do it during the week, then, we can get it to where,
It's.
I mean, in any given time, like on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I have 3 guys.
Right.
My-
Sure, yeah.
myself included.
Yeah,
When's it going in to get fixed? When's it going in to get renovated?
It's gone. It's been gone for
Oh, okay.
2 weeks.
that's part of the process.
Yeah.
And it'll be
It'll be
done
back in
for-
time for spring cleanup.
So I guess you get to pick when it is and
When you think about the community though, when do they have time to do it? Saturday and Sunday. So in my opinion, Monday's the best day. Because then it's not blowing all over the neighborhood
Correct.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
True.
Until you get to it on Friday.
Correct. Well, and the only reason I said Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, that's
You
why
got 3 guys
I
too,
have
so.
3 guys.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
no, I
I'm
completely agree with
absolutely-
that, so.
I'm absolutely fine with it.
I think that's for.
Yeah,
Is the person,
Easter is the first Sunday.
you wanna go that early or wait until it's second?
So what do we want 3 days? Do we want 4 days? What do we want to do?
What do we usually?
On Saturday,
The one day, so
It was a 1-day cleanup.
but I want to,
I would do it 3 days.
3
So
days.
that, cause you have in that 3-day time period. If you have it all in a row, you have 2 days where you have 3 people,
right,
right?
correct.
And so I
Sure.
think that work out
Um,
for you.
You have to be careful how we comment it out, because if you say it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday of that week, somebody will come home from work at 5 o'clock
On Friday.
and put their leaves out, and,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so.
Why don't we
See you
do,
Friday.
why don't we do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
you get 2 days with your full staff.
Right, and bottom line, if somebody puts it out Wednesday night, I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm not gonna be like,
You'll get it Friday, you'll get,
I hope that's the exception, not the rule.
right,
Because where I'm at with that.
right.
What week were you thinking? Or are you thinking?
Let's do the week after,
Easter.
so that's what be
The week of 13th?
13, 14, 15,
Mhm.
and. I want a clear date from start to finish,
Of May.
because 9 times out of 10, I hate to say this, but somebody will put it out
14, 15.
either way before. And all the other neighbors get to enjoy it, or after and be like, well, they picked up all my neighbors and now mine. So.
Yeah.
So we do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And like I said, if I have to go out Thursday, I'll go out Thursday.
I think 3 days is fair, and doing it the weekend's also fair, so. Yeah, okay, anything else on that?
Mm-mm.
Any public comment? Anything from the gallery here? Yes,
I'd like to talk about downtown sidewalk snow removal.
okay.
And I know these guys, they were running this whole time. But I talked to Ron after the last snow and we had a pile 2 feet by 2 to 3 feet and down along the whole curb in front of the post office. Teresa's, all of that. And, everybody in downtown's coming to get their mail and having to climb over that pile. So I talked with Ron, I said, we gotta change how we do that, so I bugged him, he was in the middle of plowing and we brought the backhoe over. I said, we've gotta get rid of the snow. So he and I spent 3 or 4 hours in 2 days. And removed all the snow on the sidewalks. But my wife doesn't want me to have a heart attack either, so.
I was in the backup.
I did all.
No,
the
I have trouble a little bit.
Yeah, so
You don't have that bucket first, if you could.
I had to sit there and just keep taking it off the sidewalk and he'd go down and pick it up to the.
Yeah, he was
pick
pushing
it
it
up.
off to this.
There's a point where you're constantly having to look at the
Gutter.
bucket.
I could get from the gutter.
Can we get the state? That's state road.
There.
When I worked for the state, I used to take care of that. And I had.
They
I had my
do
men
one
take it.
path.
Huh?
They do one path.
And
Since I've been here, they do one path.
it has to be done with the backhoe, it has to, or you have a contract.
So basically,
With
we
a
hauled,
bobcat.
we hauled about 50 loads.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of work, it was a lot of work and a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But you could pull up and there was no safety issue. And I just think somehow we have to deal with that.
Yeah.
We have had an injury because of that this year.
We did it. Then we do it.
I'm happy to help, I just like more myself.
Okay.
So.
If you don't mind back.
Let's keep you around.
I'm putting it like that now. Okay.
Understand.
My back wouldn't happen in several days, I'll tell you that.
I can't really have them.
So.
So the thing about. That's necessary. The edge of the side.
In the past, I used to take that and plow it up to.
Georgia, this is question number 2.
That little,
What's that reference to? I'm sorry.
The same thing.
Oh, okay.
sign right there at the corner.
Well, we pushed it.
And then
all
they
the
pushed
way.
it the other way.
And that was an
Oh,
entire
purchasing that we missed.
And
Okay.
Okay, so I want to circle back to that when we show this kind of off.
Around this one back in, we got like 3 conversations.
Right. Circling back real quick, Joe on our Zoom has a question about department purchasing that he wanted to put out there. So Joe, you still there?
Yep, I'm still here, Chad.
Perfect, thank you.
My thought is that government isn't about making it easy for staff. It's about resiliency and accountability. And limits on purchases is a check on potential abuse. Not that it has happened, but that's why we have the idea of signature authorities and organizations. As Eric pointed out, the departments still have a budget and can spend within that. But maybe they can do monthly reports on spending on their budgets that are below the spending limit, just as a review for the council. I know on the Conservancy, Georgia gives us a list of all of the spending that the Conservancy has done over the month, and it gives us opportunity to review and audit our spending. But Matt is also correct. It is important to have people you can trust, but it is our money and not the employees' money. And I think reviews and checks are still needed. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. Like I said, I have City of Lafayette, I have my rules that I have to follow. And it works well, when everybody kind of understands what they are, but.
I did have a question about that since we circled back to it. BJ, how many times, like in a 12-month period, do you have to make a decision about something being over $500? Does it happen a lot? Or you
No.
mentioned a training?
No, it's pretty limited to training, or hotels for training. We do something like that. The way the policy, at least my understanding, is that it's per item that's over 500 that you would have to get approved, and so that does facilitate being able to work a lot smoother. If it was per purchase order, then my answer would be very different to your question. But really, it more or less it applies definitely to fuel. 'cause you can't, there's no way you could do that. But training enrollment fees, sometimes if we have multiple officers that go to something, you're paying per group. Now technically that would be per. It's per officer unless they're doing like a group, discount of over 3 officers is a certain amount of money, which sometimes happens. So it's not, it's the exception more than the rule.
Okay,
That would happen.
Okay.
Sometimes though, the reason that I brought that up, was for one, just it'd be nice to see some written clarification, so I have the ability to know if I'm violating policy. But also, when I'm looking at something like that, it's, like, let's say there's an early bird enrollment, by the state. I'm gonna pay more of, like Mr. Klein was saying, more of the town's money, by not being able to take advantage of something like that.
yeah.
Let me ask you a question. I like that. The thing I would ask is then, okay, some of these things, if there's an immediate need, instead of bringing it to all of us. Town board president, I mean, hey, I got this opportunity, whether it's either one of these guys, hey, we can do an early bird for this.
Yeah, and the law is structured that way. There's a lot of. The bottom line is we pay as little as possible. How about that? Everybody likes that. It's a great idea. From top to bottom in government, you pay as little, maybe not top. Anyway.
Yeah.
Not even gonna get into that. But local government pays as little as possible, and that's always the rule. There are exceptions to that, but in general, that's how everything is structured. There's what's known as a special opportunity for savings, which is, I think, what you just described, an early bird. You got 48 hours to make your decision.
Yeah.
Here's the early bird special, you get 20% off.
Right.
And so the law is structured to allow us to not be dum-dums. Oh, shoot, I could save 20% if I just did this.
I know
Okay,
what
do it.
conferences for.
That's what it's for. And so I think that's a perfect method that you hit an email. Maybe these two, quite frankly, because George ought to be involved in that conversation at all times, as the clerk treasurer and the president of council. All good. Say, I got this opportunity, unless you tell me by 5 o'clock today not to do it, I'm gonna go ahead. I think that's a reasonable.
Cover anything.
That's a reasonable way to go, and it's not gonna be for $20,000.
No, unless I'm buying cigarettes or something.
Yeah, it's like a cigarette.
Really,
So,
that's probably.
I think you can
Unless it's
certainly
a
do that.
capital purchase,
Right.
then we are involved.
Yeah, and a
Other
capital
than
purchase,
that-
you gotta bid out.
Right.
Yeah,
That's where-
other than that, it's.
Yeah, definitely these.
You can go buy a truck, a $50,000 truck for 40,000 without bidding at all, if you can get it for 40,000. And if it's actually a $50,000 truck, which is back to the law structure, so we don't have to be sitting and being dumb. Oh, let's bid it and spend more money. No, let's buy it because we got this.
Just that window.
Yeah. So I think that is consistent with the state law. My suggestion is we take whatever the written policy is and give it a look, because I've never seen it. I don't need to see it, that's not my point, but.
Let's go down to the March agenda
Yeah, you're dealing with the city all the time.
to get it on the agenda to.
You're dealing with your
policy.
business.
Right.
It would be nice to have clarification.
Right, and just so that everybody's playing with the same set of rules, right? So
Might be worth looking at.
let's make that an item for March's meeting. Any other comment from the? No? Any other comment from council? Yes.
I just happened to think while he was saying training that I didn't go to training last year, but I have an opportunity this year. It is the first week of March. The hotel and the registration together would be about $1,100. I haven't decided if I would really need to go for the whole thing, because Monday, that's our monthly meeting.
Yeah, okay,
And I don't really want to miss that,
sure.
but in the spirit of advance notice,
Well, let me ask this, would it be better if we moved our meeting out a week?
no, because your attorney can't attend.
Oh.
He's got you blocked on that one.
I do.
So, first Monday.
Well, yeah, well, that's true, but Patrick could come.
Oh,
I mean, we got somebody that can,
oh, okay.
I wouldn't worry about us. We got
Oh, okay,
Someone could.
Couple options.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
If you'd like to attend, and I'm going to be flexible as long as the council is,
yeah.
do we need to make a motion to move that meeting?
It's
Yeah,
Plainfield,
just Fred,
yeah.
Okay, if you wanna move it, and it gets George posts, so you gotta make that decision as a council.
Okay.
No, what month is it?
March.
Next month.
So next month.
Yes. So we'd be looking at moving it from March 9th to March 16th, looks like. Be the. Date, is everybody good with that?
I'd like to make a motion to move the March meeting to March 16th.
That's President's Day. You guys aren't closed or anything, are you?
No.
Oh, no, that's March 16th, not
March.
February 16th.
Oh, I am on February.
I only know that, I'm off work that day, so it's kind of nice. Yep. It is day before St. Patty's Day, but as long as the council is favorable to that,
Yes.
you good, Aaron?
Yes.
Perfect. All right,
Perfect.
do we have a second? Sorry. We have a
I'll
motion.
second.
Oh, you, Steve second, okay, motion by Mary Jo, Steve
Second
second.
be here.
We will move all those in favor to move the meeting from March 9th to March 16th.
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, and if there's no other comment from the crowd, I'm looking for one final motion here.
Yeah, make a motion to adjourn. Go ahead, you got it.
I did it.
You did it.
Second.
Second, okay,
Go.
meeting adjourned.
Thanks.
Hey, good work, guys. We actually got done before 8 o'clock, and we wouldn't have much,
Right.
extra.
We got through the whole thing.
Yeah. You did.
Got it.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
You're doing something, Ken.
So-
We do what?
You just did
service.
Just-
In a bit.
So if you're willing to, how long for sure. it takes.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I want to make sure. I get that.
I'll send you some email. I just want to make sure.
I think it's all the official ground.
Yeah, it's really.
Did I, Ron,
There you go.
I was reading about this whole,
Can't find one.
Yeah.